Alright everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be drilling wheat. So I went ahead and finished up cultivating and picking rocks. So don't have to deal with that. So all we're going to be doing today is drilling wheat. Excuse me. So let's go ahead and get started. I've already set up course play. So here we go. Need to adjust my settings here. There we go. Oh, I also kind of smoothed out the approach to the bridge a little bit more and add lights so that it's a little bit easier to see the bridge. I did that with both bridges, this one and the one on the other side of the farm. And MX is hauling with that drill. Our fertilizer rate's pretty high, 499 kilograms a hectare. Oh. Looking at how much that field edge arcs up, well, it looks like we may have to smooth out this back edge here a little bit. It's got that drill tweaked pretty good. But luckily, the drill wings and the planter wings are flexible, so they can flex to conform. But I'm afraid when we get into it with the combine header, we may have a little bit of an issue. We'll just have to wait and see during harvest. And I set my field edge or error, or however you want to look at it, so that we're got some extra overlap when we're running this headlands, just to make sure that we don't miss that edge. So I'm hoping that it goes ahead and on the next headland pass it doesn't leave a strip in between the two headlands that it doesn't drill, but we'll just have to wait and see. So we're going to end up having to run seed tender quite a bit. Which I was expecting since this was a new field. Well, new to us anyways. This is the first time that we're planting in this field, so I was expecting our fertilizer rate to be fairly high. Yeah, we got a little bit of a skip right there. Not horrible, but still a skip. And with the drills, I don't worry about it as much. They're pretty easy to go back and fix. But when you're running the row crop ready, while you can go back and fix it, it's not a problem. Just realistic-wise, of course, your corn assessor not going to line up with your header correctly, and you end up knocking your ears of corn off during harvest. But I mean, it is a game. We gotta give some room there for being unrealistic. Now, I guess if I wanted to, and kind of one of the things that I used to do, not so much in 22, but like FS 19, especially in FS 17 or 19, is with the course play, I would actually go through with each implement and record the path for each specific field. So that way, whenever I would go into that field the next time to work it, I would actually load my recorded course. So I didn't have to worry about going back and fixing the skips and stuff like that. But it's very, very time consuming to go through and record all those individually. So I'm not gonna worry about doing that. I think I tried it a little bit in 22 on, I want to say, Midwest Horizon, and like I said, it was just really time consuming, and it actually didn't save me a whole lot of time from just loading the course play and running the generated course play course, and then going back and fixing the skips, as it did to actually record the course. I mean, over a extremely long period, like over the course of several in-game years. Why this thing folds whenever it runs out. Over the course of a couple in-game years, it would probably make a difference, but still, I don't think it would be enough to justify. Course plays came a long, long ways through the generation of farm sim, and honestly, GPS and course play in all the farm sim games, I honestly can't live without them. And in my last video, I talked about FS 25 and waiting until we get more mods, especially more mods that are closer to the mods that I use, the Case International MX series, 71, 72, 89 series, you know, uh, International 86 series, that kind of stuff. But on previous generations, Farm Sim, so from probably 11 on, I actually waited to buy those versions until Course Play and GPS came out. Just because after having it in the previous version of the game, I couldn't play the vanilla game without Course Play or GPS. Those were the two mods that had to be released for that version of the game before I would actually buy it and play it. Now, FS25, it's built into the game, obviously. So now I'm just waiting on some of my equipment mods. And I actually looked last night after I ended the video, and there are actually several good-looking mods out for FS25 now. And I think after the first of the year, maybe a little bit longer, around February, March, I think it'll be probably time to jump into FS25 and retire FS22, maybe. It depends on the map releases. Because unfortunately, I had to find a map that I like. I mean, if I don't like the layout of the map or the field size of the maps, it's just not enjoyable for me to play on it. Because I like starting, small farm, most of my tractors from the 70s, 80s into the 90s, with smaller fields, smaller to medium-sized fields, and then as I grow my farm, newer equipment, move into much bigger fields. And if we look at the map, I've got a couple decent-sized fields already, but wait for this thing to finish saving. And I've got the save on this set like every 5 minutes just because running mods, you just never know. I haven't had a problem with it crashing, but yeah, see, you get over here into like field 115, that feels massive. 124 is big, 138 is big, 108, 93 is good size, 155 is big, about the same size as 164 there, 72. So some of these fields are pretty good sized. Now this map doesn't have massive fields like some of the other maps that I play. But I also, being a row crop ready map, I don't have massive row crop ready planters. So these fields are probably about as big as I want to go. Because the biggest row crop ready planter I have is a DB60. And a DB60 is 18 meters, I believe. We'll find out here. Because right now we're running the 950 cycle error, which is 9. I do have the early rise planters and 24 row, which is 18 meters. 1775 is 18-ish. The DB60 is 18. Yeah, so the biggest I've got is an 18 meter. The Kinseys are 9 and 12. So yeah, I don't have like my giant DB90 and my DB60 or the massive case early rise planters. So I don't want to get massive on the field size just because it just takes so long to plant. I mean, I could set it up to run 2 planters, but I really don't want to, especially being row crop ready, because again, like I was saying earlier, you get into rows not lining up and overlaps, and then you get double rows, and it's unrealistic. It's too unrealistic. So these fields are about right. Now, like on the North Dakota map, I looked after the last video last night because I talked a little bit about the North Dakota map. And it is a 16x map, and the fields on that map are massive. It is not a real kart ready map, so that map I can run my DB90 and my DB160. So, and I did have a save game, so I did play that map. I don't remember why I stopped playing that map. I want to say it's because Midwest Horizons came out. Wait till the plane goes over here. There we go. I want to say it's because Midwest Horizons came out, and I just like the smaller, more manageable size of that map. So, and I think I bought the Platinum expansion, so I wanted to experiment with the logging a little bit. Every once in a while, I get in a weird phase where I want to mess around with logging and stuff. I may do some logging videos at some point, and we'll jump over to my Midwest Horizon map to do that because I have all the logging equipment and everything on that map already. So that farm, like I said, I've got 600 hours on or something. I honestly don't remember without going back and looking at it because I haven't played that map in quite a while. I've been playing the Orin, Missouri map. But I have quite a few hours on that map. That map I've got a hog farm, a cattle farm, and then 2 row crop farms. And I own, I don't know, probably close to 3/8 of the fields on that map. So, needless to say, that farm is quite a long ways. I want to say I'm 7, 8, 9 game years in on that map, maybe 10. Again, it's been a while since I played that map, so I don't know. So I want to say Orin, I want to say I'm 8 years in on the Orin map. So, and I don't count the first year. So, because technically I'm on the second year on this map, but I consider it the first because it's our first full year. Because of course the game always starts in like August. So all the fields that you buy, they're already planted, all that kind of stuff. So I don't count that first 6 months or 8 months or whenever it is that you start. I think it's August, so it would be 6 months. So, and I don't count that. So technically this is the first year because this is our first planting. So, and I wanted to start a whole new farm with you guys to do a whole series on starting the new farm and building it up. I mean, occasionally I may jump back to Midwest Horizon. We may play the Hastings. I think it's Hastings, North Dakota. I'm drawing a blank. But we may. Okay, hang on a second. We stopped short. We need to adjust the settings here. Swap those around. That way we don't. That way we don't have those short stops like that. Why are you backing up? Oh, okay. I guess he finished that run. Alright. Yeah, I don't even know what I was saying. The Hastings, North Dakota. So I think I may do a little bit of gameplay on Hastings just because it is a lot bigger. I don't remember how far I am on that map, how much time I've got on that map. Because I had a very large, or 60x map that I was playing on at one point and had a massive farming operation. I think I had 2 or 3 PB120s, like 5 or 6 combines, like massive combines with 60-foot flex drape headers and 24-row corn heads. Just massive farm. But I can't remember if that was on FS22 or FS19. I think it was 22, and I think it was the Hastings, North Dakota map. I would show you guys the Orem, Missouri map. But the last couple times I have tried to load it, it crashes the game engine. And I don't know if there was a game update and it clashing with something in the map. I don't think so, because this map is from the same modder and it's built off of the Orem, Missouri map. So I don't think it's the map problem or a game engine update. I think it's one of my other mods is clashing with something in the either the map file or something, and it's just it won't load. I have messed with it a little bit. And haven't got it to work. So if my next option is to basically start a fresh game with that map and see if it'll load. I tried it once before and it still wouldn't load. So I would need to do it without any other mods, just the game, or just the map rather, and see if it works. But honestly, we've started this farm, which is row crop ready, and has been I could start over a new farm on Orem, but again, we've got this one going, and then I've also got the Midwest Horizon, and if we do a large scale farm, we'll go to the North Dakota map. We'll have to go ahead and run the tender back to the farm, fill it up while he continues planting. Hopefully that title's not empty. No, it's not empty. Apparently I just didn't hit the trigger good enough. Yeah, apparently I just wasn't on the trigger good enough. And not a whole lot of seed left in there. 791 bushel. Probably gonna end up having to order seed. I know I don't have any pallets of seed anywhere. Yeah, how much solid fertilizer we've got. That's 36 cubic yards. So we've got enough seed to last quite a while. Or enough solid fertilizer to last quite a while. And I haven't. I guess I'll just cut through the elevator here. Apparently I need to smooth that road out just a little bit. Coming across this field pretty good here. Good, shut that off. We're moving right along. And we're drilling at 9 meters actually with our overlap. We're probably, like 8.8 meters at the time. Whenever we buy another drill, it'll probably be another 9 meter. It'd be probably another 9 meter, which is a 30-foot drill. But we'll buy air drill. So I'll actually show you what our next will be. This one right here. The case 9 meter air drill, 9.1, so it's 30 foot. And the reason is simply so we can run a cart. Just because we can carry so much more seed and fertilizer in the cart than we can in the regular finger drill. I have ran this drill before, which is the same drill as we're running now, but it's a 3-point version instead of pivot fold. Again, I do run the 5090 tandem, or have ran the 5090 tandem, because it's a no-till, and it's just kind of cool design. But mostly I stick with the Great Plains. Because number one, it's $20,000 cheaper for the Great Plains. And it holds more seed and fertilizer. But after we buy the case air drill, the next one that we buy will probably be this John Deere, which isn't a whole lot bigger. It's 13, what was it? 13.4 meters, so it's 42 feet. But again, it's self-contained. And the reason why I buy this one is for, or if we buy this one, is for fields with tight edges. So fields that would have problem with cart behind the air drill. So if we get into tight turning radiuses or anything like that, I run this because it's shorter, a lot easier. After that, we'll look at going to a 60-foot, whether it be a case 60-footer. We also have the John Deere's bigger than that. It's a 72-foot, roughly. I don't know. I'm not a mathematician. I'm not great at converting metric to standard here. I actually had to plug it into a conversion, so 23.2. I mean, it's roughly 3 times, so 76 feet. I was close, I said 72. So, I don't know if we necessarily need to go that big, but we might. And then the Seed Hawk, it's 65, so it's actually a little bit smaller. And then the Terminator is a little bit smaller yet. So, the Terminator or the Seed Hawk's probably what we'll end up going with, rather than the John Deere. And definitely not the, I can't say that, Borgalt. Because that thing's 30.5 meters. So it's 90 feet, 92 feet. Alright, or 100 feet. 100 feet wide. And none of the fields here are big enough to run that. Again, that Rogart, 23 is the same size as the John Deere. So, no reason to run that. Like I said, our planters, the biggest we can go is 18 meters in the DB60. Yeah, 18 meters. So, which is 60 feet, 59 feet. 18.3 would be actually be 60 feet. Yeah. And I love these case early rise planters. These are custom modding, and I love the stuff from custom modding. Custom modding is awesome mods. And you'll notice in my tractors too, I got custom modding tractors as well as Carl Farm. Loved his work with the MX series. I want to say the ones in 22 were converted. I don't know that he actually did them. I think he gave someone permission to convert these to 22. But I want to say that he built these for 19. But awesome mods. Love the Carl Farm stuff. Now, Skywalker Farms, I just downloaded these. This is the first game I've actually put them in. And I downloaded them just because they're slick. I mean, they look really good. And they fit with that other 8100 series, 8000, 8010 series John Deere that I have. The Skywalker I actually downloaded for the 2-wheel drive version. Not that you necessarily want a 2-wheel drive version of a tractor that's this big, but if you notice that this is what I'm using to pull my sprayer. And the big thing I liked about them is just the sheer amount of options. I mean, look at all the options you can do on this thing. I mean, it's crazy. It looks good. It looks awesome inside. It's awesome mod. So, another Carl Farm. So, because this, yeah, this mod here, the 8000 8010 series, I have used this on a couple different game saves, and again, awesome modeling, great job. I don't remember who did this tractor. The difference is that this one just doesn't have near as many options. I mean, we can go with our front weights. This does have Dimco, and that is one thing I noticed about the other, and I can show it to you real quick. This tractor also has Dimco weights. Dimco weights. Dimco, and it's got high clearance, quick tack, well, the loader attachments. I mean, so many options. So many options. Now, and this is my fault. And I just honestly keep forgetting. I'm getting ready to fill that up again. But I'm gonna jump over here and show you guys real quick. So this is that 8100 that we just looked at 2-wheel drive. But you notice my Dimco tanks is where they're at. I mean, it's not even remotely close. And that's also the reason why, if you look around the farm, there's this set of Dimco tanks sitting here. As well as 2 different set of Dimco tanks sitting in here. And the reason why is because I was trying to find the tanks that would line up correctly in the mods that I have. This set here with the lights on it are actually for an MX series, which I'll end up using on a planter tractor. I'm not worried about it. This set here will work on, I think, one of the John Deeres. I just don't remember which one, as well as the Challenger MT600, I believe. So that's why I didn't get rid of them, is because they will end up getting mounted on a tractor at some point. So it would just be kind of a waste of money to get rid of them. So I have to look back up at the Skywalker 8000 8010 series tractors, and figure out which Dimco mod that they are using, so that I can download that set of Dimco tanks and fix that issue. Because the set of Dimco tanks that are on it are for the other 8000 8010 series. Because again, that was one of tractors I used for planting. That's the one that I was talking about yesterday, that Courseplay wouldn't work right with planting. Again, whether something I was doing or what, I don't know. I tried it on a couple of different planters, and if I remember correctly, I got it to work right with one of the planters, or maybe a sprayer. I don't honestly remember. But we're gonna try to find the other. And actually, matter of fact, I'm gonna write down a note. To look up that set of Dimco tanks for that tractor. Because if it works, if I can find those Dimco tanks, I mean, even if it doesn't, I'll keep using it the way it is. It looked kind of goofy, but it'll work. But I will end up using one of the bigger 8000 series to plant with. Probably pulling a John Deere DB60, more than likely. Because my favorite planting setup is a track Challenger with saddle tanks, pulling planter. Normally, I do that with pulling either DB60 or DB120. We don't have any that big, so I'm probably not going to run that planting setup, just because those tractors are seriously going to be overkill for the planting setup. Any of our planting setups. 200, yeah, a 280 horse, 340 for that one. 340. We have an extra corn here on this one. Crap. We'll have to look into that. That one won't either. But that's actually a true plant. It's a real carb ready true plant. The DB 60 will. That one's not real. Those aren't real carb ready. That one is. I like Kenzie's 210, 275, 340, 280. So, and if you look at even our smallest, our MT700, it's 300 horse. So it's not horribly oversized. Yeah, it's not horribly oversized, I guess. So we might go ahead and run it. Normally the smaller planters actually run with a 4-drive assist and call it good. So I also figured out our conversion from hectare to acre for fields and tallied. So we're in field 161 right now. It's 30.6, so 30 and a half acres. Our field on the other side, 164, is 41.8, so roughly 42 acres. Total right now of all of our fields, we've got what, 2, 3, 5, 7 fields right now. We are farming 217.08 acres, what we're farming right now. So not very big, pretty small. I mean, honestly, with as small as this is, there's no reason that we should have near as much equipment as we do. It's serious overkill. There's no reason to have 2 mulch tillers. Not really even a reason to have mulch tillers as big as I'm running. Speaking realistically, of course. And actually, at 200 acres, you wouldn't own a combine either. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I guess if you're found a super cheap, super small combine that you could actually pay cash for and actually have the ability to keep it running and from breaking down, maybe. But in all honesty, it would be more economical only farming 217 acres just to custom hire it out for somebody else to do, or hire your neighbor that has a combine to do it. Yeah, we wouldn't, that 200 acres probably wouldn't own a spray rig either. Even, I mean, some of the old like 3-point sprayer, maybe. But definitely nothing as big or fancy sophisticated as what we're running on this farm. And that'd be overkill. You wouldn't want to buy, realistically, you wouldn't want to buy something like that until you got up over 1,000 acres, probably. So once it got too big to do like your 3-point sprayer, you'd honestly just probably hire the local co-op to come out and spray for you. It'd just be more cost efficient. And I don't know that for a fact. You'd actually have to sit down and run the numbers, but realistically, it'd probably be more efficient, more economical than owning your own equipment, doing it yourself, and getting the sprayer license, and all of that. So Now, big farms, yeah, I completely understand going through getting your applicator's license and all that, owning the spray rig and all the equipment. And yeah, that makes sense. It's a lot more economical, cheaper for you to do yourself, and you can do it when you want it done. You don't have to. You're not at the mercy of the co-op as far as when they're going to get out to get your field sprayed. So, around here where I live, you see a yeah, you see a few spray rigs, um, but mostly they're all operated by the co-ops. Out of all the farmers in the area, there's only probably one or two that own their own spray rigs. And a lot of the farms in this area are pretty good size. They're anywhere from 1,500 to probably 3,000-4,000 acres that they're farming. There's a few smaller farms that are around 500 to 600 acres, 800 acres. But one of the things in this area is crop dusters are very prominent in this area. So there's a lot of crop dusting that goes on. So you don't see the spray rigs near as much because they do a lot of it with crop dusters. So of course you're certain. I'd have to look into it, but I want to say that it's mostly all the fertilizer and stuff like that, of course, that they do by the crop duster. Herbicides and pesticides, they all run in the spray rigs. So, as far as I know, anyway, I haven't honestly asked any of the local farmers about it. Because of course, where I grew up as a kid, crop dusters were non-existent. Didn't have them. Back in those days, co-op did 99% of the spraying. And back in those days, it wasn't this row crop sprayers like what you see today. They were the Terragators. Everything was done with Terragators in the area I live, with the great big floater tires on them. You didn't see the row crop versions. I think the local co-op had one, maybe two, but they were like super small and they didn't use them very much. Everything was done by Terragators. And I think I have a Terragator mod actually. Yeah, I've got the Case International version, but this is what they mostly ran with the tricycle type Terragators. They did have a couple of the four-wheel type, but mostly it was all the tricycle type. So you didn't see this type of actual road cross very often. And when you did, it was like the old. I can't even remember the brand now. They were black and white, and they were small, super small. I think the booms on them were only like 30 feet or something. They were small. Now I haven't been back in that area in years, so they're probably running a lot bigger row crop because most of the fields in that area were pretty good size because they were in the river bottom. Most of those fields were probably 100 to 300 acres. I mean, they're pretty good size. So they ran pretty good sized equipment there. Around here where I live now, the equipment's not super big just because the way the land's laid out. A lot of the fields aren't super big. they, other than combines, I've seen, I think this last harvest season, I saw 2 or 3 John Deere X9s, as well as a couple Case International 9250s and a couple of Lexion 780s. Because they're, again, where I grew up, it was John Deere and Case. I think there might have been one oddball like Gleaner, but it was John Deere and Case, and mostly John Deere. There was actually very little Case. Around here, it's pretty well divided, honestly, as far as harvesters are concerned, combines are concerned. It's pretty well divided between John Deere, Case, and Kloss. They're about even. So for every one, every John Deere you see a Case and you see a Kloss. I have seen a couple of the big New Hollands combines as well, and I don't know the model numbers on the New Hollands. But I have seen I think there is one farmer close by that uses a New Holland. So somehow I hit the button to open interactive control. And I honestly don't remember what button I am at in interactive control. That would open here too. Wait. Hey! I figured out how to open my mirrors. And roll down my window. Oh my gosh. This is amazing! I don't know how I opened interactive control, but I did. I've been trying to figure out how to open those mirrors forever. Yay, I'm so happy. Get him filled back up again. And running, and then we will go. Refill the tinder. There we go. We're gonna get that up out of the way. Like I said, I have no idea how I open interactive control. Man, this tractor has a lot of armrest, door, which kicks on the dome light. You can open the window, open the door, which the door closes. But sweet. Maybe it's always been there, and I don't remember seeing that before. But maybe it is. Maybe I'm just losing my mind. I don't know. I'm just so stinking happy I get to open the mirrors. And actually, they're adjusted pretty well. Passenger side needs to come in and down just a little bit, but driver's side is actually about spot on. Actually, my bottom mirror right here needs to be adjusted a little bit. Top mirror's good, but bottom mirror needs to be adjusted a little bit. So probably. No, I can't be lucky enough to be able to adjust it like that. I honestly don't know if you can adjust them. There's probably a way, but honestly, I don't feel like looking into it. And mostly it's just because I don't use the mirrors. I just didn't like the mirrors being folded. Actually, in this truck, I can actually use the mirrors where there's that. The rest of the equipment, it'd take a lot of adjustment to move them. And like I said, there's probably a way to adjust the mirrors. I just haven't ever looked into how to do it, that's my fault. We need to fill our transfer tank because I filled up the Alice Chalmers, the 8010, don't think I got it quite close enough. Filled up the 8010. That was Bushagan out of the transfer tank. Um, yeah, that ought to be more than close enough. Now, wrong button. I'm in the fuel tank. There we go. I'm out of the fuel tank. I was wondering why that cross showed up on this thing. I will have to look at which key I set. Oh, took that corner too fast. Let's have to look, see which key I've got set up for the interactive control so I can turn off that crosshair. Because it's a little weird to look at. I mean, it's not hurting anything. Plus, if my mirror's closed, it'll remind me that, hey, I can open my mirrors. Oh, what's this? Let's see this. Oh, power back sliding glass. How fancy. I don't think I've ever seen a Chevy with power back sliding glass. I could be wrong, but I know a Dodge had a power back sliding glass that, like, it got opened twice. It still never opened the back glass. But got Cobra LT29 in here too. And now I want to turn it off just because I've got X's everywhere. Of course, it's not up here. So I'm gonna have to look at my. Let's see. Oh, blah blah blah. I wanted to say that one of these there was some interactive. Yeah, right there. Okay. Oh, vehicle, crane, radio, modem, stacking. Yeah, course play. Well, that key's not working. Yeah, it's not working. So I have no idea how to turn it off. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, you know what? I forgot to control the vehicle for torque. Duh. Well, still don't work. Nope. 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 Sorry. I knew what that button was. Why I hit it? I don't know. No. I'm just hitting like every random button, trying to figure out. Whoops. Start the engine. No, no. No, 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 no. Oh, yeah. I was like, hey, what does that key do? Alright. I know what that key does. No, it's not those. Those are radio. I know what those are. Other time. So I have no idea. Why is wonder if what if change the key? Nope. Still not. So I have no idea. I mean, obviously hitting that key, but it's not working. So maybe interactive control just wasn't ever working before, and somehow just decided to randomly start working. I don't know. So I guess I'll just have to deal with the X's and the crosshairs. But whatever. I mean, it is what it is. At least my interactive control works now. And I could open my truck mirrors. You have no idea how happy I am about being able to open those truck mirrors. Like, I'm ecstatic. And why do we have a big skip right here? I'm genuinely confused as to why we got a big skip right there. Yeah, I got rid of it. I just don't know why there's a big skip. I mean, sometimes when that happens, it's because there's a weird, uneven. What the? Now my course plays freaking stuff's off. What the heck? What the heck? I'm so confused. Now my force play's not working. What did I do? Wow, that's really weird. No idea. Okay, well, that's a puzzle for another time. Now it's back off again. So, the only thing, let's try to mimic what I just did. And, yeah, and here, randomly hitting buttons, doing all kinds of weird stuff. I was in third person, hit B, hit B, came around, I hit B, and then I hit C. Well, it didn't work in the pickup. I have no idea what's going on. So weird. Because now I'm not going to be able to, turn it back on. Not that I care about it that much in the tractor. But, I don't know if it's, obviously interacting with it. One thing. I wonder, can I do... Nope. That didn't work. Of course, and stop. I don't know. Still didn't work. I have no idea. Change it. Back real quick. Let's just remap it back to its original key. And that could be interfering with something else. I mean, there's so many keybinds to this game. so many keybinds. A lot of them you don't even end up using. A ton of them you don't end up using. You use B, B, N, and WSD keys. F for lights, G for, I mean, you do use a few, but yeah, I didn't see it in there. How did you, when that, look at that, now my interactive control's back on? I didn't do anything. And, oh. What the? Apparently, worker B was highly intoxicated. Because he missed that track completely. Now I gotta. I mean, he wasn't even close. Alright. So. Running again. Okay. So. And look, my interactive control's off again. I don't understand. Now it's back on. Something really weird's going on here. Oh. Whatever, I guess. So, because if I manually turn off course play, move the track, reposition, do whatever myself, and then it somehow turns off interactive control. So I've got a mod conflict somewhere, but it's not big enough of a deal for me to actually dig into it, honestly. Just because I hate looking through code and fixing problems. I have literally spent days going through the error log in this game and going through mods trying to fix errors from the error log, and it's just the reward for the amount of time that you spend doing it is just non-existent. So unless it's a major performance error issue, sometimes you can fix, you know, major performance issues just because, you know, it's a simple error in the game, you know, wrong texture format or just something weird like that. It's not too big of a problem to fix. But whenever you actually get into the coding of the mod and all of that, I don't understand it enough. I know enough to get myself in trouble and break a mod. I mean, I have added. I don't think I take that back. One of the mods that I have, I did quite a bit too. Wrong button. That's the button I want. And I don't. It's been so long since I did it. I don't remember. But that one, yeah, Tigers. For the '93 series, I don't remember what all models there were. Was it the '93 series? I don't think it was. This '93 series. I have two different '93 series mods. Don't ask me why. I have no idea how I did it or why. But anyways, there was only like one or two models, and the horsepower and fuel was, as well as the weight, was a little bit weird. So I actually went through this mod and actually added a bunch of different actual models. Um, Alright, maybe it wasn't this one. I did this one. I don't remember. But that's as far as I've gotten into most of the mods, is taking what the original modder did, adding additional engines or model numbers, and then doing the, the sticker, whatever you want to call it, and just changing so that the model number is correct. I think I've added some tires before, different types of tires. Like I say, change engine, change horsepower, changed capacities, and mostly I do it to be more realistic, as far as what real world capacities or horsepowers or weights or whatever is. So, or if there was a specific model of tractor that I was looking for, and I found one that was of the same series, but that specific model wasn't in there, I would, add that model to it, like with the 93. I want to say it was one of the 93 series that I did that to, but it may not have been FS, or it may have been a 91 series. I don't remember. I know it was an articulated 4-drive. I don't remember if it was FS 19 or 22. It's been that long ago since I've done it. Because I try not to meddle with the mods. Just because if I break it, then I have to reinstall the original mod and basically start. Oh, I just got ran over by a drill. I have to start over. Reinstall the. What the heck? Oh, never mind. Looking at it all crazy like. I have to reinstall the mod back to its original. So any changes that I did make that actually work, I either have to redo those and hope that I don't mess up my. It's just, yeah, I don't mess with it too much. But anyway, all right. So, first. All right, let's ride along with Bob. Make sure he's sobered up here. So, we're almost done. Woohoo! Alright, sorry about that, guys. I went to the other room to get a cup of tea, and we were out of tea, so I ended up having to make more. I literally expected to be gone less than a minute. It did not work out that way. So, we are done with this field. Honestly, no bigger than those areas are. I honestly don't think I'm gonna mess with going back and drilling those in. I don't think they're gonna be that big of a deal. So let's head back to the farm. We'll top this thing off. I'll take it over to the other field, and then I'm gonna go ahead and end the video. We're already hour and a half long just drilling one field. Not a whole lot going on yet because well, our farm's really small. So I'll just go ahead and end the video. I'll go ahead, I'll drill the other field with wheat. And then the next video will be me, well, planting soybean and corn. And since they're coming to do it, same. What did I just hit the wrong button. Dang it. I just dumb hit the wrong button. Anyway, since we're planting beans and soybeans at the same time, I will look at going ahead and probably buying another planting tractor. I mean, honestly, no bigger than our farm is. Really don't need more than one planting tractor, but so it's not quite so boring for you guys to watch. Me literally sitting in one tractor. At least we'll have two tractors going. I'll look when I get off here, see what numbers are going to be, and I think we'll go ahead and probably, we're sitting at 66,000 right now, 490,000 in debt, I believe. Yeah, 490 after that last haul. Which when we haul beans in June, we'll make a little bit, but probably not a whole lot. But I think I'll probably go ahead and lease another planting tractor and planter, and then we will run two, and we'll just run them in different fields. That way we can plant beans and corn at the same time. I do occasionally drill beans, but not very often. Just because this is a row crop ready map, and I enjoy planting beans rather than drilling them. I don't know why I came to this. This is where I wanted to go. So I think we'll start with the vanilla crops, the vanilla soybeans, and the vanilla corn. I think where we'll start. But anyway. Oh, you dummy. Get this set up and going here. Yeah, I think we'll start with the vanilla crops, and then after we get enough data to get a good understanding of where we're at profit-wise, we will move on to the map crops, soybeans and corn. And by that time, we'll actually be able to start planting a couple versions of. I hit the wrong key. Do that every time. Yeah. And we'll be able to start planting rice at that time too. So, and we'll just work through the list and plant. Rye, like I said before, we may plant rye. I don't know. Don't know if we will or not, honestly. Rye is not typically a crop that I plant. Same with like popular oilseed radish, I don't plant those. Grapes, olives I don't mess with. Sugar beets I don't mess with. Sunflowers, we may, if we run hogs, oats and sunflowers, we will run possibly on those, just for the hog farm for feed. We won't use those crops for profit. Barley and canola, again, are not crops that I typically plant. So whether we plant those or not, I don't know. Probably not. We might do it way down the line, just to see if we can make any money with those crops and how it compares to wheat. I know it won't make near as much as the rice. And what I'm looking at is harvest seasons and planting seasons. So of course, wheat March, April planting. You can also plant it October, November for winter wheat. Barley, September, October planting season. Canola, August, September planting season. So what we got to look at is when our other crops come out. So, our corn's coming out October, November, December. Diner grows early-ish, July, August. And the vanilla is October, November, December. Soybeans come out long at the same time, September to November, October to December. And we're gonna be going behind corn anyway. So unless we go behind the Dynagrow, if we went behind the Dynagrow, we could plant canola, barley, or wheat behind it. But we wouldn't plant rice. So, and I think we'll make a lot more money with rice. So rye we can also plant later too. But again, I don't think we'll make near as much as we will with rice. Rice is just a lot more profitable than the others. So, but anyway, I'll go ahead and end the video for today, and I will see you guys next time.